Cześć wszystkim! Jeżeli chcecie najlepszych informacji ze świata sportu, to kanał Glitz Sport Express jest numerem 1. Dowiecie się wszystkiego. Naprawdę gorąco polecam.
Hello, lovely viewers, and welcome to another episode of Glitz Sport Express News, where we give you nothing but the best. So today we're going to talk about Mohamed Kudus, the Ghana West Ham wonder kid. We're going to go on to talk about Manchester United transfer, touch on some very serious issues that has been touched on by the president of AIPS, Gianni Melo. AIPS is the mother body for all sports writers, like International Sports Press Association. So yeah, and then we're going to look at Inter Milan interim boss, and then their departed boss, and then other tidbits. So just like always, I'd kindly request you to click on the subscribe button, add the notification, share, like. You can also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and then Threads. So quick one to Mohamed Kudus. Everybody knows Mohamed Kudus is a Ghanaian player, a wonder kid who stormed the football field with his own magic. Well, he signed to West Ham, and many people were wondering because at then he was linked to Liverpool and some other big names. Well, today West Ham is offering him to Chelsea. Well, why are they offering him to Chelsea? It isn't as if Mohamed Kudus is not a good player. It isn't because he's prone to injury. Like Mohamed Kudus has been their star boy. So what is making them offer Mohamed Kudus to Chelsea? Well, Chelsea, anyways, hasn't made any official bids. They only made inquiries about whether they would sell Mohamed Kudus in the previous transfer season, but they still haven't made any arrangements for Mohamed Kudus. So there is this player called Millie Bright. I know many people are not familiar with Millie Bright, but Millie Bright is an English national women's player. She plays for the England women's national team. And she has asked to be excused from international duty. Well, she posted this on her IG, and I read, "Right now, I'm not able to give 100% mentally or physically. As much as I want to be out there running through brick wall for England and fighting alongside my teammates, stepping back is the right thing for my health, my future in the game, and most importantly, my team. It wouldn't be fair for me to take the place and opportunity away from other players who is ready and able to give everything for the badge and country." So this is what Millie Wright posted on her Instagram page. Millie Wright, if many do not know, dons the number 6 jersey for the England women's national team. Well, there were rumors that after having an injury, many are saying it's because of a relationship issue, but Millie Wright did not have to go into detail. The only thing she said is that she thinks stepping aside is better for the team, not for herself. She thinks stepping aside gives other people the opportunity. This is somebody who is not being selfish. She knows it's not time for her to be in the team. Why should she be there? Why should she be there? She knows many people need that opportunity. So yes, we wish Millie Bright speedy recovery through whatever she's going through, and we'd want to see her back in the England women's national team. So Simone Inzaghi was the Inter Milan head coach. Remember, Simone Inzaghi took Inter Milan into the Champions League, beat Barcelona to qualify to the final, only to be beaten 5-0 by Paris Saint-Germain. Well, right after that, Simone Inzaghi quit the team, and miraculously, or should I say surprisingly, he has joined Al Hilal. Simone Inzaghi surprised like even his teammates. Many people didn't think like, oh, what's going to happen? Maybe Simone Inzaghi is going to stay back. We're going to start rebuilding the team. We're going to start fighting for another spot in the Champions League, probably even try to win it next season. But no, Simone Inzaghi thought, my time is done. He just was like, okay, I need to leave. After his departure, Inter Milan have landed on former Chelsea, Arsenal, and Barcelona star Cesc Fabregas. So now Cesc Fabregas is the current manager of International Milan, and he is going to start a campaign for another trial or probably help them win the Champions League. We all know the darling boy of England. I'm not talking about Jude Bellingham. I'm not talking about Harry Kane. I'm not talking about the Fodens, and I'm not talking about those players. I'm talking about the only goal boy in the English national team. Not currently, but the only person who has been known as the golden boy. I'm not talking about Harry Kane. I'm not talking about Grealish. I'm not talking about Foden or Trent Alexander-Arnold. I'm not talking about Rhys James. I'm talking about the one and only David Beckham. David Beckham played for Manchester United, played for the England national team. He captained them, played for Real Madrid, won himself any trophy you could think about. Well, probably didn't win any trophy with England, but yes. David Beckham is that player that many knew as the golden boy. Well, I had a clip of him in a Manchester United jersey around the 87th minute, where David Beckham scored 2 free kick goals and then a third to win the match for Manchester United. Well, we're not even talking about his free kick prowess, but David Beckham has coveted for this particular title for a very long time. I know many people are not even thinking what I'm going to talk about, but David Beckham wanted this title so bad. It's not something you just want and get, but it's something that you are privileged to be given. Like you are knighted into becoming a Sir, but by the royal hierarchy. So David Beckham became the ambassador for the King's Foundation, went on to be awarded at the World Economic Forum, and finally, David Beckham has received what he's so wanted, to be knighted as a Sir. Well, this news came about when the king announced his birthday, which will be taking place next week. And then it's not even rumors anymore. David Beckham would be knighted by King Charles during his birthday ceremony next week. So like everybody says, all hail Sir David Beckham. He's been the best in his game, and we still recognize him as the best in what he did. The next, thinking about the FIFA World Cup and who will be partnering FIFA in terms of sponsorship, kit sponsors, airline sponsors, right to broadcast, and every other thing. Well, FIFA has announced that they are partnering with Qatar Airlines. So Qatar Airlines has been ranked among the best. Qatar Airlines has partnered with FIFA to become their official airline sponsor. So remember, if you are planning to visit USA, Canada, or how do we call it, Mexico for the World Cup, Qatar Airlines is partnering with FIFA. This is not an advert. It's just what FIFA is saying. I could read a little bit. FIFA and Qatar Airways are pleased to announce a new agreement whereby the premium carrier will become the official airline partner. So this is official on FIFA's page. And then I told you there's some news about Gianni Melo, where the AIPS president has touched on some very sensitive issues that I think every sports journalist or every sports loving person should have an idea of. Although I'll be posting snippets of this thing on the screen very soon, I still want to read a couple to you. So it says the ghetto, some international federations, or at least some of their leaders, are trying not very kindly to throw us out, to lock us in a sort of ghetto where we should accept and be satisfied with the information that they kindly provide us without any critical analysis. Cancelled, they are cancelled press conferences because, in their opinion, only mixed zones, which are becoming similar to Dante's circle, where it is not possible to work as we would like, would be sufficient for us. Some, with a kind smile, invite us to follow competitions on TV and listen to interviews that are broadcast on the channels which pay for the television right. So these are some of the snippets of what Gianni Melo is saying. It's not about him trying to gain fame, but he's trying to fight, or he's trying to talk for journalists. Imagine a journalist trying to get access to an event, only to be told you can't have access, you have to watch from the TV to report. Well, how is it going to be possible? You want to interview people, you want to ask about how people are faring on the games, like players, how the game went. You have questions you want to ask in real time. Well, you can't do that when you are, he touched on corruption. He said, when we underline the fight against corruption, it's fundamental. We do so to preserve the future of the new generation of athletics. Well, corruption has been something that you can't fight off in football. It's been there. It's been through federations, to players, to athletes, to boxers, to everywhere. Match fixing, boxing fixing, like it's just everywhere in the system. When he touched on another point, we fight. We will continue this fight by creating working groups which will analyze the situation and suggest countermeasures to stem the negative tide that is trying to submerge our profession and the educational reality of sports. Of course, we must also do self-criticisms, because often we do not go in depth in the analysis and we only stop at the surface of a fact. However, we continue to believe in the importance of sports as a measure of communication and openness between people. Some say that we are deluded, but I believe that it is important to fight for a better world than one we are living in at the moment. Well, me, personally, as a sports journalist, would want to support this fight. For several times, I have been to sporting events where I've been asked to stay outside, even with an accreditation. I have been restricted to places where my accreditation allows me access. You know, it's as if you are not for us, you can't have access to us. Well, independence means me broadcasting any sporting event without hindrance. So for this one, the Association of International Sports Press Presidents is trying to encourage every sports journalist to join this fight. Well, it is not a fight of drawing knives, or like, he's just trying to bring your attention to the fact that these things are one of the things that we should look at. Well, as we bring this episode to an end, I kindly ask you to subscribe to our channels. Hit on the notification button. Don't forget, we are on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Threads, and we have a Facebook page, Glade Sports Express. You can also go to our website, www.gladesportsexpress.com, and get detailed news on everything that we have touched on. So see you soon. I'm out.